Good morning, everyone. My name is Father Kyle Tietz. Today we celebrate the memorial of Saint Lucy, a child, virgin, and martyr. In her cult, her following and devotion to her grew very quickly after her death. So she lived probably around the year 300, died maybe 303 under the persecution of Diocletian, and was perhaps martyred in Syracuse. And I think several things about her life kind of inspire us today. First, her namesake, Saint Lucy, so Lucy from Latin lux, lucis, meaning light, and reminds us that Christ is our light, and we desire to see him face to face. Saint Lucy, also a patron of eyesight and those with difficulties with eyesight, because so there's kind of gruesome stories here. But when she was martyred, her eyes were first gouged out. But then miraculously, after a while later, I think after she died, they found that her eyes were in fact intact. So sometimes you'll see her depicted holding a platter and with her eyeballs on the platter. So that's just kind of the cool part of saints and the saint lives and saint depictions. So anyway, patron saint, her name means light, patron saint of eyesight. And even that first reading today, we hear about the righteous man who has the eyes to see as God sees. And we're reminded of our desire to see God face to face one day. And certainly all the martyrs, those who have died in faith and giving testimony to God, now do see God face to face, especially St. Lucy. I was reminded also today of my experience in the Holy Land a couple of years ago. We had a chance to visit the University of Bethlehem, a university run by the De La Salle brothers in Bethlehem, serving a lot of Christian and Muslim students, a lot of Palestinian students. So it was really fun to interact with all of them too, but we also got a chance to visit the chapel there. In the chapel, it's the Chapel of the Divine Child, and painted on all the walls are children martyrs. So children who have died giving testimony to their faith. And they're kind of categorized by different countries, so like Italian children martyrs, Greek children martyrs, Korean children martyrs, and they're all holding flowers, be it palm branches or lilies or something like that, and they're all smiling, they all got little halos, and they're all looking towards the front where Jesus is. And it's really kind of a beautiful scene, right? It's kind of very sad, these children died for their faith, but also very beautiful that they're witness, and now they're rejoicing in the joys of heaven. So maybe I'll throw a link. You can take like a little virtual tour of that chapel. I was looking at this morning, so I'll put a link in there for that as well. But to recognize today that we have the example of St. Lucy and all these children who gave testimony to their faith, died for their faith, powerful intercessors for us. And I think it's a good reminder too that sometimes we kind of think, the saints those are kind of old holy people or adults that are doing adult things in their lives too. But to recognize that there's a whole handful of children saints, children who gave testimony to God. So today we ask St. Lucy for her intercession, that we might recognize the light of Christ in our lives, that for those of us with difficult eyesight might receive some healing and help in our day, and we might be always reminded that the children are the ones closest to Jesus. It says, "Let the children come to me. The kingdom of God belongs to children such as these." And we recognize their intercession in our lives and our desire to see God face to face. God bless you. Have a great day.